Hi all. Right, on to December the 27th. So, units for the reserves. Well, we start with the reserve phase. So I'll just give you a wee glance up there at the units we're going to bring down. A couple of big stacks there. So there we go. We've got some 3rd Corps and some 8 Corps units. I can't believe, actually I've got that zoomed in there so you probably can see some of the dust that I've gathered since this has been on the table. I mean, I can't remember when I started the first video for this, but it's been up for a long time. This is the first time I've had a game set up in my attic space for such a long time, so I don't know if it's an area that's going to get more dust or if it's just maybe like I say, it's just been up on the table for such a long time that. However, I suppose you need to know about all that. Right, so we're on to the 27th. There's no rule changes. The only thing that does change, obviously, is the victory point conditions. So if we have less than 31, at the end of the day, it's an operational loss. But, and this is our plan, this is what I said at the end of the last video, that I think we should be trying to have a go for this, because greater than 45 victory points is an operational win. And as you can see, we're on 45 at the minute. We've got 1 unit still in eliminated units box, so that's 45.5 victory points we're sitting at. So, eliminating our unit, hold all the victory points we've got, and then the job's done. Hold all until the end of the day, of course, and then the job's done. So that's all we need to do. Yeah, nice and simple. Okay, we shall see. So that's right. This is probably going to be the biggest issue we're going to have if these guys come out and start messing about with us. But I'm feeling pretty confident we could get through the day and hold what we've got. When you see the positions that we're in, the victory point positions that we're in, the couple of issues that we might have looked like we were having, well, I suppose there's one of them is not out of the woods as such, but I mean, Baston's looking better. I'll show you. You probably had a look at the big picture anyway, but so that's the only difference to the conditions, just the victory conditions. The fixed artillery range is still 7. German supplemental cards still 8. I've shuffled up the German deck. I've shuffled up the Allied action deck. I'm just about to shuffle up the Allied command deck, but they get a new card. This is the last card. So it's for the core, the units we're going to that are in the reserve units box. So airborne division and armoured division. So I'll shuffle the Allied command deck up and prepare all the cards. Yeah. And then we'll draw her hand to start the day. Okay, we'll be back in a sec. Okay, that's all the card shuffle. I've just drawn the 6 cards, so let's see what we get. I can't see that. Well, we've got the 2 colours there, so hopefully I'll not make that mistake with having them both in my hand. I got 7th Army card. That looks pretty good. I've not really looked at what I would like to see, to be honest. I mean, maybe the OKW. Oh, 7th Army. I think they're under the 7th Army, actually. Anyway, I'm not full sure yet. I've not really looked at any strategies about what to do. I'm quite keen on just getting on to finding out about the supply, how the supply phase is going and whatnot. Oh, now we've got, actually, yeah, maybe we shouldn't get too carried away with this card, because we've got Allied air interdiction to be drawn yet. So that's the next step, that's the first step of the supply phase. So, right. Okay. Let's. I'm not that sure I'll get a German impulse started in this wee video, but I wanted to push on and get through the supply phase just to have a look at where we stood with supply and how the Allies stand as well. So okay, we got lucky yesterday. We never got any Allied air interdiction, but here goes. So we're not wanting an air power card or an army card here. Here we go. Oh. 21st Army Group card, right off the top. Well, how many times have I drawn this card? It's been, I think I've had it 3 times as a combat tactic. And the last time we drew it deployed the reserves we had, and it was only 1 corps of reserves. It wasn't awful. So now we're drawing it as an Allied air interdiction. I don't know, it doesn't feel good, but I'm sure there's some of you out there, and you know, in the back of my mind, something's saying that being used for that is maybe not such a bad thing, but it just doesn't feel great now having to not only have to discard this, I'm going to skip my first impulse as well. So, draw an Allied command card. If an air power command event or army group card, discard the card from your hand with the highest command value, your choice of more than 1, and skip the first German impulse of the day. Well, everyone else is a 3 or a 2, so this is a 4, so bye bye 7th Army. Yeah, I shouldn't have even spoke about that card. Might give me a better chance. I don't know. One of the good things is it's a card at my hand. Like I say, we're only looking for half a victory point and the end of the day. We'd take the end of the day right now if we had that half a victory point. So less cards in hand means the day is going to end quicker. Well, things could always happen at the end. But I mean, if we're sitting on 46 victory points and the Allies with the last impulse of the day managed to steal back a 2 victory point hex maybe, then fair enough, we need to go on to the next day. It's not that we lose the game as such. So okay, right, next step is playing a bridge engineers event. There is none, so no bridge engineers even if we wanted to play one. And now determine supply status. So we're looking for the German supply first, so I'll position the camera up north first and we'll have a look. Okay, let's see what we've got up the north. So yeah, no problems here, nothing here. Yeah, this is all fine. This is fine. Right, so this was the one breakthrough that we made. We were able to get this unit into here, so now this guy can trace supply into that hex, and then he's on the road to take him out. So that's good. That's a great start. Being able to get that guy back in supply, because he was going to be isolated if we weren't able to. And there's 2 victory points in that hex, so now he's a full strength infantry unit in the hex, so that bit more confident that we can hold that now. Like I say, again, we only need to get through this day. This guy's okay, is that still on camera? Yeah, they're fine. Right, we'll come down to the middle. Okay, so let's find out about the situation here. I'm pretty sure we're okay, because I don't think anything changed, and we were able to. I know I never got the unit into. Right, hang on, that's just a wee bit off. I never got the unit into here, but if you remember, I then noticed I could, as long as I can that guy get into there, I can come down this road. So I don't think anything's got in the way of that. So let's just look at these faraway units. Well, they can't trace down this road anymore. So he's furthest away. So 1, 2, 3. So he can get onto this road. As can these two stacks as well. Get onto this road. Then they can go up through St Hubert into there. That's okay. Here across this German bridge, and we didn't move anything round about that. I remember talking about that because that hex is in Allied supply. And it says as long as I don't make a blunder and move a unit to there, I have to take a bridge check and blow that bridge. So we're good there. And this was a sort of vulnerable area that stayed clear, fortunately. So anyway, we're traced into there, down through here, into here. Now we can't go down here anymore because this unit was placed there. So we just take a wee turn and go through Bastogne into this hex, and this is the bit I was talking about. I thought I needed to get a unit there to go that way, but I can still come back down here. Just swing around there a little bit, and then we're down here. We can either go back up there, or well, we can actually go down through there. But anyway, that's all good. So that takes care of all the units. This unit, then yeah. This guy here can go 1, 2, and he's okay as well. So all of them are good. So, and then a bit further along, round Bastogne, well, like we say, we can, as long as we can get to this road, we're good. This unit here is fine as well, although it can't come this way, it can just go that way and up through Bastogne. This guy here, yeah, no, he's okay because he can go down and trace the way we did before. So he goes down into R1, and then the unit in R1 can do the same, trace up into here, and then up, and either up that way or through Ettelbruck and away. So all good there. And then finally, well, these two units are okay. They can just go up and cross a good bridge. And the two units down here, they've still got this bridge. Yeah, there's no issues there. So yeah, very good. Everything's in supply for us. So excellent. Yes, right. Time to check the allies in. Okay, I don't think there's much issue with the allies again as well. So this is fine. These are all fine. It's fine. This unit's fine. This one's fine. This one's fine. Now we did manage to get away with this, so and get this guy surrounded. So he's going to take a low supply marker. So that was good. It was worth it. Unit. Oh, that's the wrong way around. There was a slight risk in moving that unit there, but maybe not an awful big risk really when you think about it. So that's just caught one guy, but I hope there's more to come around the Bastogne area. I think that's probably going to be it, but I'll move down to the middle. So none of the British units are in any trouble either. They're just don't know what they're doing, having a party or something. Here was me talking about my Highlanders as well, saying they'll not be frightened of anybody. they're away at the back there somewhere, aren't they? Where are they? Was it the 51st? Oh, I don't know. Well, they're in there somewhere. They're not getting involved anyway. Okay. The guys are all fine. Yeah, these are all fine. No, hold on. Yeah, it's all fine. I'm just wondering, should these bridges still be German? I generally been keeping my eye on that. I wouldn't say I'm 100% confident, but I think these guys came in from there, didn't they? And they crossed that bridge, because that was German controlled as well. And they took that away, and that was German controlled, that town. My thinking is just none of these have activated to take these bridges away. But this guy can still trace supply. He can't trace it across that German bridge because it's still a German bridge. He could trace it into there though. This guy could trace across into that hex then, and that would be fine. Yeah, so they are okay. It's a bit strange these are still German. They look like they shouldn't be German controlled anymore, but I think the units they've got to activate first. I'm pretty sure they have. Hang on. Yeah, it changes control if the unit crosses the bridge or if they start their activation adjacent to it and there's no enemy unit across the other side of the bridge. So my guess is that that's just not happened yet. Either that or I have blundered. But I don't think I have. But however, there's no issue with their supply anyway. If there was an issue with their supply about having to try and go across that bridge, I would go and look at it. So yeah, this guy's alright, they can just trace that way, that's fine. And these units here are okay, they can get off this edge of the map. The cavalry unit is fine. Yeah, he's fine. So, but this is where they do have issues. And here. So I think we said this stack. Oh, that unit moved away as well, didn't it? Yeah, it moved down to there. That was. Oh, Martin came back with my answer to my question. His finger was on the buzzer first, obviously. It seems to be always on the buzzer first. Come on, guys. Give him a run for his money. The situation here was, it was talking about these guys. Hang on, I said there were 5 steps. Did this? I've been telling lies, haven't I? However, it was 8 strength. I'm sure I said it was 5 steps as well. I did say that, didn't I? Right, I was lying there, but it was 8 strength, so it was still applied. And my question was, if that unit on the bottom, it was flipped. If that unit on the bottom was a low selector number, or if a unit that wasn't on the card that we were activating, it wasn't part of the activation, was the low selector number in a stack that you were trying to consider for out of contact, then you wouldn't consider it. And I mean, it does. That's how the rules word it. So I posted the question. Martin came back. Go by the rules as written. That's how it is. It's another one of the ones out there where you do wonder. That's how the rules have been written down. But you do wonder if that was the intention. There's a lot of these came up that the rules have been written that way, and you think, is that really the intention? And we've come back with some errata saying, look, that wasn't the intention. Even the whole gap situation apparently wasn't the designer's intention, the way we were interpreting it, and that's had to be brought to light as well. Theme wise, could you say these units are out of contact? Would you consider the low? Yeah, I suppose it's still the lowest numbered unit, so that's still the strongest. It's looking for the strongest unit, and if the strongest unit happens to be from a corps or a division not involved in the activation, then maybe it does feel right to say, no, we're not going to move anything out of that. Even if we're moving another unit, then that's a no. So we're going to go with that. It didn't matter in the situation we had because this was the lowest unit, if you remember. But rules as written says that if that unit had been the lowest, then we wouldn't have moved them. And if we hear anything different, then we'll bring that to light. Okay, yeah, so what was I talking about again? Supply here. So, right, why did I not think this guy could just jump across the river then, Grant? I have no idea, because I'm sure I stated that these three, by me moving that to there, these three stacks were going to be out of supply, didn't I? I'm not quite sure how I got that then. It must have just been a blunder, because this stack can trace into that hex. It can only trace the one hex because it's going across a broken bridge, and but then it's got a supply trace on that road, so it's okay. These guys, as we know, should be able to go 1, 2, 3, and then 4 onto that road and off, or they can go 4 onto that road and off. So they're okay. So it's only going to be these two then, because this guy, yeah, he's just on his own. He can only go 1, he can go 1, 2, 3, 4. He can't get to this road, as can this guy not. 1, 2, 3. You can get to this road, but that's not any good because that's a German bridge, so he can't get across into there and then down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he can't go in there. Yeah, that's right. So he's no good, and this guy's the same, isn't he? Because that was the reason we put that there, so he can't go into there, even though that is his bridge now. He can't trace into that hex, and he can only trace through his own units here, but 1, 2, 3, yeah, there's nowhere to go. So both, yeah, I'm not quite sure why I thought that other one was, this one here was having problems. I'm sure I mentioned it as well, so no doubt some of you were saying, no, it's fine, Grant, that one's fine. So and there's 2 units in there, isn't there? One's reduced as well, so they're both going into low supply anyway. Yeah. Okay, what else we got? Just down the south, hang on. Yeah, just these few units down there, but they're fine. Yeah, they're all still able. So, and that's it. Okay, so there we are. So, yeah, well, we got a better result there. We've got 3 stacks of units that are in low supply, and we managed to get our guy back in supply. And I suppose these were I mean, we need to hold the victory points we've got. I mean, Verve up the top there, I'm not really concerned about that. I mean, I suppose if, what would it be? It'd be oh no, both the units are down the south, aren't they? Both the cores, it's 8 core and 3rd core, and they're both down the south of the map, so they're not going to bother anything up north anyway. So we've got Verve, we've not got something else in there. No, there's some victory points back here in Elsenburg, in it? Elsenburn. But I can't see them allies breaking through to that. St. Vith. I mean, I suppose the ones that are more of concern are here. But like I say, getting that guy back in supply, I mean, if he'd gone isolated, that would have been a concern. But it's in a forest, that town as well, so that's good as well. I mean, admittedly, we can't plop another unit in there because, because it's surrounded, but So anyway, that's an issue. Bastogne, well, we strengthened Bastogne yesterday with the attack that we made. That all went to plan. So feeling much more confident about Bastogne. St Hubert was the other bit. Now I suppose it is quite vulnerable, but we could. That is one that we can strengthen. Possibly something that we might do straight away, because we've got the 47 Panzer Corps card, and we've got the 58 Panzer Corps card. So activating one of the corps first. Admittedly, we're not getting the first impulse, but however, we'll see what the Allies do. But hopefully we can strengthen St Hubert, because I think we want to keep that now. I mean, if we're only talking about getting to the end of this day, then we don't need to bring these units back too much further. We do need to find some unit to attack as well, though, to make sure we get that 46 victory point. Either that or, well, I think this unit came down here, strengthening this area here, because we had to be opening up to here, didn't we? We were thinking about maybe sneaking up and getting victory points up there, but that might be off the table now as well, really. Ardennes sitting pretty, really. I mean, nothing's looked like it's going to. I mean, having 4 strength in a city, it's only 1 unit, but remember it doubles up when it's defending. So, Ettelbruck. I mean, the southern area is where all the reserves are coming, admittedly, so that might make things a little bit trickier, but we'll see. I've never been to the 27th of December, so I don't know what all these reserves are likely to be doing. So we shall see. Okay, so that's the position. About to move on to, well, not the first German impulse, but so we're going to have to skip that. So, but I've rabbited on enough to make this 27 minutes, so I'll take a wee cut there. I might come back because there's an allied impulse, so I don't need to think about strategies yet and just let the allies play out maybe their card. But I'll take a pause there, guys, and I'll get back soon. Okay, cheers. Hi all. Right, we're skipping our first impulse because of the allied air interdiction, so straight on with an allied impulse, so let's see what we get. Well, we've seen this card a few times, haven't we? Yeah, 5 Corps division card for the 2nd and the 99th, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's got tank battalion, yeah. They've hit us with this tank battalion at least twice, haven't they? Well, this is going to be a 3rd time. Just double check, yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's see yeah, there's the 3rd one. Yeah, so they are all going. Yeah, so there's none of the units left, they're all eliminated. So we either go for that, which would have been activate them, or the event, tank battalion, which we've been hit with, like I say, twice. It's the one, I think, it's the one that hits the infantry unit, isn't it? And it only had the choice of 1 infantry unit, and both times it triggered. Remove step from 1 German infantry unit alone in a hex without an IP nor in a town and adjacent to but not across the river from supplied full strength allied unit. Your choice of more than 1. Okay, so that's what's going to happen, so maybe we get lucky this time and you can't find anyone. I'll have a look. Hey, I'm pretty sure we've got away with it this time. I can't spot anyone. I thought this guy here, but this across the river, so it doesn't count, does it? Adjacent to but not across a river, and it's got to be alone. Sorry, this one here. So that doesn't count because it's across a river. None of these count. And the only other infantry unit, this is infantry here, but he's in a town, and this guy's in a town. There's nothing up the north, and there's nothing down in the corner there. So I think we've got lucky this time. Like I say, twice it hit me before. I only had one choice of one unit in both occasions. So I'm pretty sure I can't see anything there, guys. If let me know if you can spot anything, but I can't. I've had a look to think carefully over the map, and I don't think it's going to happen. So nothing doing at all on the card then. So we just ignore everything there. There's nothing else you can do. So that was a good start. I like that. Okay, so what are we going to do next? Okay, I was just looking about there. I mean, my initial thought was activate the 47th and support St Hubert a wee bit. I can get a couple of units into the hex beside them. But then I started thinking, I do need to find, it's unlikely I'm going to go this turn and catch any victory point towns, I think. I mean, like I say, this unit popped up here. I mean, it is possible to maybe get through here, because I think it's more likely that I'm going to look to try and eliminate one more allied unit. That feels like it's doable within the whole day. You would like to think. It's not a guarantee, mind you, but we've got a few possibilities that we could go for. So I started thinking which could be a candidate. And to be honest, I wondered about this guy maybe being. I mean, he's in the forest, but he's a green infantry unit. We can get him surrounded. He is still in supply though. So, and this was the other one. I think probably the fact that this isn't going to get to draw a card. What is it though? Yeah, it's elite infantry, isn't it? It's in a broken hex, elite infantry. But he's in low supply, so you got the chance to disperse on supply chits getting drawn. And I do have the card to activate these guys. I don't have an assault coordination, but I could get these two units. That's 6 strength. This is a green unit though, which is a wee bit of a concern. So that's 6 strength. That's another 5, and I could probably get an assault coordination and add these two guys, and get that round about that guy. So that's a good chance. But I don't have an assault coordination in my hand just now, so that's maybe worth keeping back for now. So, I mean, then I've got the 58th Corps, yeah. These guys, I thought, well, I could get that in there and get that guy surrounded, but that's about all I can do with that. I think it's probably better the 47th and strengthening St Hubert, I think. The problem is these mechanised units, they're not going to get very far, because this road's cut off now. So they're going to have to come through probably this woods hex. I mean, it's 3 movement into there, and then that's him. He's kind of stuck. There's no other way to go now, so it's a bit wasteful, really. But I mean, that is the primary card. You know, whether we get another activation of them, but it's possible we might get another activation, and then we could maybe get a bit of a force against this guy, maybe, if we were able to activate the 47th again. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, surely we can pick off one unit before the end of the day. You'd think so, wouldn't you? Okay, right. I'll make my decision. Yeah, okay. I'm going to activate the 47th, I think. It's not going to be terribly exciting, like I say, because these guys they're moving through thick terrain again. Okay, so I can get both these infantry units into St Hubert, and I think that's wise. It's not a great threat. Oh, I forgot about these guys actually, didn't I? Mind you, they're kind of poised against this guy, so maybe just leave them there. They'll build an IP as well. So yeah, I think I'll bring this bracketed unit back. So that's 1-2 breaking zone of control, and then 3 into St Hubert, and I think I'm going to put this other infantry in as well. I think so. I don't. I mean, the other thing is, everything going to plan, I shouldn't need to worry about supply tracing, because hopefully we won't need another supply phase. Yeah, might still not be a bad idea to just safeguard this hex, but oh, you know what? Does that make sense? Hang on. No, I mean, I did think about maybe putting this guy 1-2 into here, just to sort of like safeguard that bit and near the bridge, but he's a single step unit and there's quite a lot round about. I think we're better in numbers, staying in numbers. So I'm going to put him into St Hubert as well. And obviously the 2nd Panzer unit's going to stay there. I'm pretty sure they're just going to stay there. See, that's the thing. You know, if I can't move them up into there. Maybe I should get something. Hang on. No, I think I will do that. I'm thinking about trying to get a unit into there. So if I put one of the 47th units in there and they activate again, you can pop into there. But I have the card to activate them. So again, if I had another assault coordination, I could activate these guys, move that guy into there, assault coordinate there. On saying that, these guys aren't going to be in the fight, are they? Right, okay, I've had to change of plan. I'll leave the bracketed unit in there, but this guy, now he was there, wasn't he? Because I was going to go 1-2, yeah. I'm just going to put him, into here, in that forest. And then, hopefully, if I get to... Right, let's see where these guys are going to go. These are all mechanised. Well, that's where they're going to go, Grant. That's going to be it, isn't it? Oh, that's annoying, because they can go 1... I mean, I could go 1-5 into there, I suppose. But next, if I activate them again, it's going to cost me 4 movement into there. Oh no, that would do. 4 into there and then an extra 1 into there. And these guys can come out and in to make space. Maybe that isn't awful then. And then let's move these two, 1 into there and then another 3 into here. Yeah, but they're not all going to get into that X, Grant, that's the thing, and this one's a 3-stepper, so I'm not quite sure all that's going to work, is it? Well, I can only move them as far as I can move them, and that's that. Let me just think about that before I confirm it. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. It does mean if I get an activation on them again, I'm going to get quite a strong force around them. And if I move the 58th Corps first, I can get that unit that's underneath there into there as well. Oh, my Jew. Is that? That's what I mean, assault coordination for that one extra unit. Okay, right, let's just leave them where they are. I'm not going to, the other units I've got is up in, what is it, Valsam, there. So I'm obviously not doing anything with him. So, yeah, and I'm not making any attacks. I mean, 3, 6, I think this is 8 against 3. He's in a town. He's got units adjacent. It's silly. We don't want to do that. And they're all one-step units. So this guy will, these two guys will be able to build an IP though, because they didn't move or attack. And then, that'll be our impulse over. So I'll clear things up and we're getting to draw 2 cards, because remember we lost 1 to the air interdiction. So I'll clear things up and draw the 2 cards. Okay, let's see what we get. 2 new cards. That's pretty good actually. Oh, double assault coordination too. Just talking about the possibility of needing like 1 anyway, but maybe I was talking about having 2. Mind you, they are on good cards. I mean, there's the OKW. Both of them are the primary cards, so yeah, something to watch that actually. In fact, you know what? That's all the primary cards. Well, apart from the 7th Army card, every card's been a primary core card. It's something to think about that, because if you do happen to draw the supplemental, you can always think to yourself, well, I'm going to get an activation with them again, if I time it properly anyway. And the 53rd Corps, that's kind of, a couple of good cards there that's going to make me think about what to do. Okay. Well, it was because it was a quick Allied impulse. It was kind of quick German impulse as well. If I would just not talk so much, it'd probably be even quicker, eh? Right. Okay, I'm going to bash on and at least draw an Allied card for the next Allied impulse. So we're missing in there. We're drawing our 2 new cards. Let's go for it. 8 core. Here we go. Reserve time. Deploy all core reserves. Well, here we go. Boom. Well, the armoured units are green. That's good, at least. So some stuff to come in. And their core deployment area is from that line south. So quite an area. And probably a bit to try and look at to find where they are. They've got, the only units they've got, that's 1 in there, isn't it? Actually, is that 2? Oh no, he's got an IP, yeah. So there's 1 there, and then the other ones are down in the southeast corner. Yeah. But if that's his core, Okay, I'll have a look and start seeing if I can find where they might start going. Okay, I'm looking around. Obviously, just concentrating on the core at the moment. There's nothing down. There's nothing within 3 of these core units, German units, proximate to the. This one, but this is adjacent. It would be adjacent, so there's nothing there. And this other guy here, there was a couple. I think this one, but it's surroundable, and then there was this one, and it's actually, I don't think this is surroundable. I can't actually get a unit into Wilts. I can't actually get a zone of control in this hex if a unit was placed there. But ally supply can't be traced here because we've got this locked up here. I can't get through there and it can't get down here. So fortunately, it's not going to pop up there to start with. So that's the only options. Remember I talked about these hexes here. I mean, these are within 3 of this guy as well. So you would think, but there's nothing, we can't get a German unit into them because this wee bit river here, this guy can't just go like that and into there. He could if he was sitting there, he could go into that one, but he's not. So, so I don't think there's any possibility within 3 of a unit in their core. So now we can still look at units that are within 3 of the army, so which is the sort of olive green colour we're looking for. So I'll start having a look for options there. Okay, I think I've found one, and one only, but I'll start looking at. It's got a whole value of 3, this, so there is quite a few 2s that I've maybe not looked at yet. But I figure a 3 beats a 2, so if we're going to find a 3 that's within 3 of a unit in the same army, that's going to trump anything else, unless there's a 4, but there's not. The only 4s, there's a couple up north. There's no German units proximate to them anyway. So this is in supply. Empty position hex. This German unit's proximate. Sorry, is that? Oh, it's just on the. Right. Sorry, I see. Right. So this guy in R1 is proximate to here. It's in the core area. It's able to supply. It's not in a German-held town or city. It's not adjacent to an allied unit, and it's not in dangerous surround. The best we can do, we can get nothing in here. We can get nothing zone of control in this hex. We've got nothing in here. This guy can't come through. The best we can do is move this guy R1 into there maybe, but we're not getting a zone of control in that hex. So that's definitely a candidate. Now I can't see any others. And it's within 3 of this unit, which is the same army. And like I say, if there was, well, I'm looking at the other 3s and I can't see any. This one here, there's not a German unit proximate to this. He's too far. Moving the guys there, it's still not helped, is it? No, it's even worse now, yeah. So I'm going to go with that one. So that's going to pick up the first of the armoured units. Selector number 3. So yeah, I think we're going to start struggling to find bits now, but well, I need to keep looking, I suppose. Okay, so this unit going here hasn't opened up any other options. Obviously we want to try and get them within 3 of this guy, but there's not an option there. So I looked at quite a lot of other places. A lot of them are surroundable. The ones over here are actually not going to be an allied supply. But I found these 3 across here. And obviously they're all 2s. Like I say, I found that 3 initially. So they're all 2s. They can all trace allied supply. They're not adjacent to an allied unit. They're in the core area. They're not surroundable. We can't get a zone of control into there. So he's got an out there. What about well, this one as well. We can't get a zone of control into there. So they're definitely not. That one there, actually, that one's possibly surroundable, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. You could go. Maybe not, because that's into the forest. Well, hang on, if he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, he can, can't he? Yeah, he's not breaking zone of control, so he goes 2 movement into the broken hex, 3, and then 5 into that broken hex, and then these units can go 1, 2, 3, yeah, so that is surroundable. But they 2 aren't, pretty sure of that. Pretty sure we can't get, they've got an out. I suppose there's 3 units there though, so hang on then. Yeah, no, they're not surroundable. I thought this one might have been, but it's going to cost 2 to break away and another 2 movement in there, so they've not got enough movement. And then that guy could have came across there, so, and kind of not really vice versa. There's no way we're getting round the back of that one. So they two are good, I think. As usual, never quite positive about it. So they both got a 2, and so then we go westernmost, don't we? And they're still within 3 of a unit in the army. So this guy's going to go here, I believe. Now, that then makes this hex not an option. Now we had this one targeted, but we said it was surroundable. Now, is it now? Possibly isn't now, because he can't come round. Yeah, that could be because it's within 3 of this unit as well. So I think this could be where the other guy's going. Yeah. Yeah, because he can't move. He'd be moving from zone of control to zone of control. So the best we can get is something in there. We can't get in and round the back there. So yeah, I think that's where he's going to go. So now that's all the armoured units out. So we've got the 17th Infantry Division to come. Okay, I'm probably going to struggle now to find anything. I'll have another look. Well, I can't find another possibility of a method A. It might be there, hiding somewhere. So you can have a look. Kind of got that covering. That's the line there. So that, I mean, I've not got any units up there. Let's say the only one was this guy, but he can't get along there. So I can't see anything with method A. There's a glance down there as well. So I'm gonna call that one, and we'll see about method B. Okay, so method B. Oh, by the way, if it's a wee bit noisier, I've had to open the window. It's kind of hot, and I found the heating had been on as well. It's a lovely day outside, but I think that was an accident this time. Anyway, so it might be a wee bit noisier. You can just see 3 light green cubes in the very corner. I'm just trying to show you them all. That's how spread out they are. I've just marked them. They've all got a hold value of 4. So just targeting them first, and we're looking at something within 3 of a unit in the same army. Ideally, 3 of a unit in the same division, but we've not got the division on board yet. And remember, once we get one of these guys out, bring that down a bit. The next 2 I'll just get plonked right on top. So I mean, I'll be deploying 3 into whatever hex we choose first here. So there's no division. So we're ideally rolling for within 3 of the core. So this is alright. It's difficult to spread them all out here. This one's within 3 of the core. That one up the top's within 3 of that one, and then the one down the bottom here is within 3 as well. So obviously I've not checked everything else yet. The other one is it needs to be within 4 hexes of a German unit. That one is, and so is that one. Yeah. So, and then like I say, I picked them because they've got a hold value of 4. Can't get in them a hold value of 5. I think covering here we've got La Roche, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 hexes away from the unit in the same core. So that would have been, but it's not within 3 of that guy. So even though it's within 3 of a unit in the same army, we're still looking to try and deploy via the core first. So I suppose the other thing we need to check really is, well, they can trace supply. Yes, yeah. All 3 of the hexes can trace supply. They're in the core area. That one's still in the core area. That's the line there. So just double check for surround. Now, I don't think this one will be, because I've already said I can't get a unit along there, so, okay, that one's good. That one up there is good. Yeah, there's no danger of that being surrounded. The one down the bottom, it's just off the camera, is good as well, I believe. Oh, hang on, sorry, he's adjacent, yeah. Oh, Grant, two of them are adjacent. What are you doing? Oh, no, that's what I'm doing. Method B doesn't care about that, does it? Which is always one that I found rather strange. That it didn't maybe still have that check, you know, an allied unit, unless it was a 5 or 6. But it's not there, it's not within, it's certainly not in the player either. If it's in the rule book, that would be strange. I mean, that's what I've been doing all the time anyway. Anytime I've deployed by that, I've no, it doesn't mention. It's no, it doesn't care about being adjacent to an allied unit, so I was right there. So we've got 3 candidates there, and they're all within 3 of a unit in the same corps. Like I said, with no division yet. So, and then if more than one, highest whole value, they're 4s, so you're going to go westernmost again. So it's going to be along and well in there, which I'm good about. I prefer it being westernmost, because I'm not fussy about going west now. I'm more going east. So yeah, I think that one's right. So what's going to happen now? Hang on, I'll move things along a bit. Yeah, just had to double check there again. I'm pretty sure that's right. So what we're going to do is deploy unit selector number 12 in there, and then we go back to pick the next one, and obviously now we can, because the first part of method B is place unit in a hex occupied by a unit in the same division. So I'm probably going over these things again and again, haven't I? You're probably like, yeah, Grant, we know, get on with it. So all 3 of them are going to be deployed into there. So unfortunately we've got to find one more though. So now, well, to be honest, we're ideally looking, we can't just look at these 4s anymore, because this is the division now, so we'd need to double check there's nothing within 3 of that division before we then can look at these other ones that we marked. So that's it. Yeah, so then we're not going to actually deploy them in these higher whole value hexes, because these 3 hexes are within 3 of the division. They're all got a whole value of 2. None of them are in dangerous surround. They're all within 4 of a German unit. So yeah, maybe it doesn't feel like the best for the Allies, that one. So this is westernmost. So I think that last unit's going to go there. Feels a little bit weak, that, for them, but I don't know. They get quite a lot of good stuff happening. Maybe that part can sometimes look a bit odd and a bit off, but I mean, if we were to be deploying units, they would have to be within 3. They would have to be within 3 of the same division. So I suppose it's similar to that, isn't it? So I think that's it. I think that's all good. Like I say, there could have been a possible missed hex out there that I've missed with method A, but I can start dragging you down a bit looking with method A. Once it gets bigger, you feel like, oh, can we just move on to method B because it's easier? But I spent a bit of time off camera looking, so hopefully I've not missed anything. If I have, well, let me know, and then if things move along past it, there's nothing I can do about it. But at least it keeps folks straight that are watching the video, and if I've missed something obvious or silly, whatever. Okay, so Allied Impulse out the way now. How has that affected things for us? Not really by an awful lot. I suppose the only It's down there. You know, when I seen this guy pop up in this town here, I started thinking, oh, you know, if a couple more of them had came in there, you know, for instance, if we hadn't been able to deploy the other armoured units and they'd all just deployed into there with Method B, then I'd start thinking, oh no, R1's a bit, but there's only the one unit there, so I mean, he does have these other guys along here, but apart from that, the other units that deployed along there aren't really threatening him. We're probably going to move these guys. Might even be the next impulse. I'm not sure, but okay. Yeah, I don't think that was too bad. I've still got the 3rd Corps units to deploy as well, which, well, yeah, it's going to be another headache because it's a similar area, but well, let's worry about that when it comes. Let's get a German impulse up next. Right, German impulse. Okay, been thinking for a bit, and I'm going to give this a go and see if I can get this victory point, because obviously the earlier in the day I can do it better, then we can just shore up what we've got. I suppose it's starting to feel a little gamey when you're doing that, when you're looking at the numbers, which is a little bit of a shame, really. I think I still am. I'm falling back, trying to, you know, keep what I've got. So, you know, I'm not doing anything out of hand that way, but I suppose knowing that I just need one more point and then get to the end of the day without losing any more. You know, that there's still a possibility that could happen, I suppose. Right, okay. Right, this is the right colour. Look at it. It's 67 core, so that's these guys. Just look at the colour. Nothing like it. Sorry. Oh, where did I take that guy from? What's it there? It wasn't in St. Vith. That was Silly Grant. Pretty sure it was there. Hang on. Yeah, okay. So this is the right core, so we're going to activate this core. Now, I spoke about this guy being green, and I'm reluctant to bring him into the battle because of that. I know I've done that once before, and is that silly? Right, let's think about it then. So, 2, right, okay, so 1, 2. No, you're going to have to decide if you're going to move him in or not, Grant, I think. Because I was thinking about not moving him in. I'm going to assault coordinate. Now I can play 2 combat tactics, so I thought I could assault coordinate. I could also reinforce battle. And, you know, part of my thinking here is getting through my cards as well, which, like I say, I think that's why I was thinking it's a bit gamey, you know, let's get to the end of the turn, but I could fail at eliminating this guy, that's a possibility. And then I'm going to maybe then want to slow down a bit and make sure. But by reinforcing the battle and bringing these guys in, so I'm going to have a unit from that core, that core, that core, and that core round about, which all I need is another activation. If I fail to eliminate them, another activation, hopefully another assault coordination, and, you know, just, I mean, yeah, we're just trying to kill this one unit, which, yeah, it does seem a bit a rotten way to look at trying to end it, doesn't it? I suppose, after going on this far, but to be honest, I'd like to finish it in this day. I'm not getting tired of it as such, but I think we've been through enough, and you know, we could do with just finishing it one way or another. Well, I say another, I'm either going to win or I'm not going to lose the end of this day, so I'm pretty confident I could go into the 29th and still get the win, but this is the last chance to get the, what was it, operational win? So, okay, Grant, stop going on about that. Right, let me think here, hang on. Okay, I'm going to strategic move these 2 units. 1, 2, 3, I think just into St. Vith. So that gets them close by everyone else. It's not real need to protect there. This guy's going to move in there for sure. And thinking about taking hits. Yeah, it's a pity we couldn't get this guy in, but we can't. Maybe I should put this guy in. It's a gamble, eh? I mean, if it's either, what is it? Attacker elite or attacker green. That's a chit that would spoil it for us. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to bring the green unit in. So we'll see if that makes any difference or not. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'll put him in there beside that. Okay, so that's all my movement, and these guys are going to attack this unit. And then I'm going to reinforce battle, and it's playing the 58 core card, but I had a look and you know what, I don't really want to move the camera about. It's in a position where it's quite good. I mean, the 3 infantry units that are further back, they weren't going to go anywhere. Well, you know what, I'm just doing it. I'm doing it. I don't think the 58th Corps are worthy anymore. That's a bit harsh. They've had a lot of units eliminated. In fact, they're second to like the first SS have had the most, I think. But the 58th are close behind, so we've only got 4 infantry units of them left. So, and it's going to let me reinforce with these 2 guys. Now I'm moving away from this house, which is quite a good place, but so that's 1, 2, and then 3, 4 back into there to reinforce. But there's still not a gap here. I thought about, I could have moved this guy into here, but do I need to do that? You know, they can't come across that river anyway. Yeah, no, I think I'll just leave him there. He'll build an IP as well, so there's that. Okay, so reinforced battle with that, and then assault coordination as well. So that brings this guy in. I don't want him to take hits, so that's for sure. So that there's a risk there. Yeah, it was the steps. I was thinking this has got 4 steps. This has got 2. So I mean, if I get A2, I take a hit on that, and then I either eliminate a unit or I take a hit on that. So, which you know might be okay, but okay. So, and the other thing with this is I'm playing 3 cards in my hand, so. But if that guy stays there, we're going to be saying, oh, slow things down a bit. Right. So I can only play the 2 combat tactics because this is only command value 2. So the odds are 3 6, 9, 12, 17, 20, yeah. I couldn't get, I was 71 I was hoping for, but not to be. So 6 to 1 odds, and chip pools are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1 for the 4-step unit. No elites. So that's 7, and then 2 for the combat tactics. Now remember, this guy's elite, so that's a downside. He's in a broken hex, but he's not got supply, so that's the chits we're looking for. He's not going to get to draw a card, so it's just as it is. So we're going to have a minimum of 2 chip pools, and a maximum of 9 with 6 to 1 odds. So I'll get the 2, we'll see where we start. First chip pool, Defender Elite. It's an A1 though, it's not a D minus, so, well, that's still not great either, but I suppose the main target here is to eliminate that guy, not be as concerned about maybe losing a unit, but okay, I'm going to go all in. I'm going to go to 9, so yeah, so I'll get the next 7. Well, there we go, and I was like, almost kicking. I didn't mention it to you, but one of my thoughts was not having the reinforced battle, bringing the green unit in, and using artillery. There's 3 artillery chits that weren't counting there. I was like kicking myself again. Oh, should have done it. And of course, no attacker, elite attacker green chits came up as well. But we got a good finish because like this was like, okay, it's a D1, okay, it's a D1, but it's an A1 also. And then we go at this large attack, and of course air power in the back, but there's no air power, so we get rid of one of the hits, and then only attacker armor was the last shit I drew. So it's okay. I would have preferred A1 rather than A2, but I think it's A2, isn't it? But it is D4, so that was the main purpose. I'll just double check the numbers and we'll have a look. Okay, well there we go. Well, we've got the guy at least, because his first retreat takes a step loss 2 and then retreats again and then takes the last step loss. So that's what we needed, D3. So, oops, throwing him on the floor. So, 2 more units in unlimited unit spots. We chuck them into the cup. We're up to 46 victory points. So that's all we need. Well, okay, and we've got 2 hits to take, and that's the frustrating part, I guess. Because, well, what I should probably do is eliminate one of my units, shouldn't I? Not take the risk of leaving Vale Sam with a reduced unit in it. Oh, yeah, that's the thought. Yeah, I'm sure some of you thought, well, why not just take a hit on the 2 infantry units and then double advance a couple of these mechanised units into Vale Sam. So that seems more like the plan, yeah. So I take a hit on this rather than lose a unit. I take a hit on this. Oops. That satisfies the 2 hits. Oh, you're still there. And then advance after combat. I'll probably advance that infantry in there. And then suppose it really matters. Yeah, I'll advance them into there, and then I'll advance them a second X into there, I think. Hang on, is that armour? Have I got armour there? Nah. Mind you, none. Oh! Okay. None of my units have armour. What's this doing here, Grant? Oh, we've got away with it though, haven't we? Yeah, because the infantry unit was reduced. Yeah, that didn't count. That didn't count. All our guys are mechanised infantry. But we're lucky in the fact that I said we just needed D3, didn't we? He was there, his first hit retreated him, took a step loss, and then second hit retreated him, third hit eliminated him. So we're okay still. Yeah, I don't suppose it does matter which goes in there, so we've not got armour at all. Yeah, I'll do what I said. I'll put the second SS units in there. I think I'll advance that into there, and I think I'll just leave the other guy where he is. Or will I? I think I'm going to double advance him as well. I'm going to advance him into there and then into there. I was thinking that now we can get into these hexes and they might deploy. That's the only thing I was... And you know what, they could maybe redeploy some units to there. The third corps units that are waiting in the reserve units box, fortunately, their corps boundaries there in south. So that's maybe just... It could just be a bit off the map, but off the camera. It's their south, so these hexes, they can't deploy in these 3 hexes. But maybe it is a bit silly advancing that into there then, is it? Don't know, I just thought I could maybe come down. Mind you, we've used their core card already. I don't really need to take this town. I've got that blocked off there. You know what, I think I'm just going to leave that unit there. I don't see the real need to go chasing anything else. I just need to protect what I've got. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's my advance after combat. The last thing, just remembered, this guy can build an IP, so I might as well do that. So he didn't move. And that'll be that. So I'll clear things up here and we'll be drawing 3 new cards. And we'll see where we go from there. Okay, everything tidied up. Let's get the 3 new cards, see what we get. Oh, right, well, I did say we had... it was all primary core cards we were getting there. So 3 division cards, and what date are we on? The 27th. Well, there's a hit there, there's a hit there, and there's a hit there. Ouch. Okay. Right, let me think about what I'm going to do here, because I do have 1 fuel marker, so we need to think about what's going out of fuel and what we care about and what we don't. Okay, so I can only save 1 of these. It's the Führer Grenadier Brigade, which is the guy that's here. It's just a single unit. The second SS, off the second SS, there's 2 units there and there. Oh, it's off camera, isn't it? There. And then the 2nd Panzer Division of 47 Corps, and there's 1 there, and there's 1 here, I think, yeah. My thinking is that they're probably the better ones to keep. Plus, the card is assault coordination as well. I mean, whether we need that anymore, it's probably debatable. We let them all go out of fuel. 3 cards out our hand. Again, sounds kind of gamey. Second SS. Yeah, we've not had the second SS. We've had the 47 Panzer Corps card though, haven't we? And we've had the 53rd Corps. Right, well, I'm definitely going to let this one go. So he's going to be marked out of fuel. And something else is going to be marked out of fuel. At least something else. I mean, I don't suppose I need to use the fuel marker, but okay. So I'm marking the Fuhrer Grenadier Brigade out of fuel. It's not great, I suppose, putting him down there, but yeah. I mean, what can I do? I can only save one of them. It's kind of tricky this because I want to keep this card because these guys are. I was thinking about making an attack here, and obviously if I get the chance to move them again, admittedly I've played their cards, so I might not get the chance to move them again. And I'm also thinking, well, this has got assault coordination as well, but then the other half of me comes in and says, well, you don't need any of that. You don't need this attack. You don't need assault coordination. I've not activated the second SS yet. And when I draw the card for them, I could move them about defensively, which is all I need to do. The other issue could be the reserves that are going to come in down the bottom. So that's where the 47th are. You know what? I think I'm going to mark the second SS out of fuel, I think. It feels like what I would do. I mean, to be honest, the 2 units they're slightly stronger than the 2nd Panzer Corps, the 2nd Panzer Division, the 47th. But so, and then we'll use our fuel marker to keep the other guys around. You know, part of that bit says, well, why not bother? Just mark them out of fuel, chuck that card away, and you've got 3 cards. Getting rid of the cards, but nah. So I'm going to use that to keep that card in my hand and keep the 2nd Panzer Division in fuel. So we've got 4 cards in hand. 4, 5, 6. Oh god, there's still 7 cards in the draw pile. Yeah, it's maybe not. There's a bit to go yet, I think. And the other thing is, if I don't make attacks, well, that's a thought actually. If I'm being aggressive, I'm going to be able to play combat tactics, get through my cards quicker. So why not maybe consider this attack still? Even just I mean, we don't really mind losing units, really. That's not going to lose us victory points. So okay, I think this has gone on long enough. So the Allied Impulse next, but I'm going to have to take a wee pause now. So that's pretty decent start to the day, I think. We've got what we need victory point wise. Just need to last out to the end of the day. So fingers crossed. Okay, I'll be back soon, guys. Cheers.